Now, in solving several questions for set, you're going to encounter the word intersection several times. You're going to encounter the word union and complement of a set. Now, the first thing you need to know, let's go ahead and discuss the term intersection. In mathematics, the intersection of two sets, A and B, denoted by A and B, it's the set containing all elements of A that also belong to B, or equivalent, all elements of B that also belong to A. Now, to summarize this whole statement, it means things that are common to both A and B. What are the elements you can find in A? Can you also find them in B? If you see them, then both those particular elements intersect each other. For instance, if you have A to be 2, 4, 6, and 8, and you have B to be 2, 3, 5, and 7. A intersection B is going to be, now, what is common to A? What can be found in A and can also be found in B? Now, if you check, you will notice that it is just the 2. So because it's just 2, so we're gonna connote our A intersection B as 2. The reason it's because it is just dates that can be found. Okay, so A intersection B here, it's 2. Now, union. The best way to describe the word union for you is to use the word marriage. Yes, you understand the word marriage. When two people are joined together, they are like, instead of having them individually, they are now joined together. So when you unite a set, you add up the set. It's like addition. All the elements are added up together. So when you say A union B, you add up the elements of A to the elements of B. So for instance, we still use the same example. If we were to say A union B, okay, from our example, now A union B is going to be 2 can be found, 3 can be found. So 3 is coming from B, 4 it's coming from A, 5 is coming from B, 6 is coming from A, 7 and 8. So considering that the fact that A is 2, 4, 6, 8 and B is 2, 3, 5, 7. So A union B is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And notice the 2 we have, we cannot repeat the 2 twice because 2 is just an element. So that is exactly the meaning of A union B. Now the last one we're going to be talking about here, it's the complement of a set. Now the complement in set theory, the complement of a set refers to elements not in A but are found in the universal set. Now, like I said, the universal set is just like the parent set. No, so let's assume A includes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and let's say B, it's now 2 and 4. So we want to look for B complement. As you can see, B is a subset of A because all the elements that are in B can be found in A. So A is the parent set, B is the child set. So what are the complements of B? Now remember we said complement is the elements not in that set but can be found in the universal set or the parent set. Now what elements cannot be found in B here? Now we're going to say there 0, 1, 3, and 5. So B complement is actually 0, 1, 3, and 5. Okay? So I would want us to solve a little example so we can get to understand the word intersection, union, and complement. Now we have our question. The universal set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A is 2, 4, and B is 2, 3, 5. So the first question says we should find A intersection B. Now, to solve A intersection B, remember our A is 2 and 4. Our B is 2, 3, and 5. Okay? So A intersection B. Remember, intersection means what are the things that are common to both sets. So now from here, I can see the only item common to both sets is 2. So 2 can be found in A, 2 can be found in B. 4 can be found in A, but 4 is not in B. 3 is in B, 3 is not in A. 5 is in B, 5 is not in A. So our final answer is 2. Now, question 2 says A union B. Okay, now remember our union, we said when we look for A union B, we combine. It's like joining. It's like adding up the set. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, always learn to add them in ascending order so that you don't get yourself confused. Now the third question says, what is A complement? Remember A complement? We said A complement are those things that are not in A but can be found in the universal set. So for A complement, we're going to have 1, 2 is in A, so we're not going to write 2. 3, 4 is in A, so we're not going to write 4. So we'll have 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so then question 4, that's B complement. It's not going to be items that we can not find in B but can be found in the universal set, and that is going to be 1. There is 2, so we're not writing 2. There is 3, so it's going to be 1 and 3. So that is B complement. So the next thing we are going to will be, okay, we'll have a question that we will be solving on set. Okay, so this question says if D is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with subsets A, B, and C, where A is 4, 6, 8, B is 6, 7, 8, 9, and C is 1, 2, 3, 4. Find the following. Okay, now to solve this question, the first thing we're going to do is I want to represent my A. It's 4, 6, 8. My B, it's 6, 7, 8, and 9. While my C, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the first question says A intersection B. Now, if you remember what we talked about intersection, we said things that are common to both elements. Okay, so A and B, what is common to both? Now, 4 is here. We can't find 4 here, but 6 and 8, it's common. So A intersection B is going to be 6, 8. Okay, so we can find 6 here. We can find 8 here. Now, question 2 says B intersection C. So let's look at our B and our C. What's common in both of them now? We can find 6, 7, 8, 9. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see both of them are what? These joint sets. They are not equal. So the answer to this is an empty set. Okay? So this is an empty set because, it's an empty set because nothing can be found. Nothing can be found. So remember what I told you about an empty set? You can either write it like this or you write it like this. So that's an empty set. Okay, so question 3, it says A union B. A U B. Okay, so to get our A union B, remember what I told you? You're going to combine A and B without repeating the element. So let's look at our A. The lowest number we have on our A is 4, 6. Then we're going to have 6 can come since 6 is common to both sides. 7 is next. Okay, then 8 is next, and 9. So this is our A union B. Now 4 says B union C. So same thing applies. We're going to combine B and C, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll have 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, then the last question. Now the last question says we should find A union B union C prime. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is find our A union B. So once we get our A union B, then we can find the complement. So you either call it A union B union C prime, or you call it A union B union C complement. So what's our A union B union C? Now, our A union B union C is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we have, we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll have 6 next. We'll have 7 next. We'll have 8, and we'll have 9. Now, if you remember what we talked about the complement, we said complement can be found, like complement are those things that are not in the set but can be found in the universal set. So what are those things that are not in A union B union C that can be found in the universal set? Remember our universal set is called D here. So let's look at the numbers. This says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I can't also see 10. So the two elements that are not here are 5 and 10. Okay? So that is the solution to this question. So we will be solving several questions if you stay to the end of this series, because we have over 15 to 20 questions on set alone. So stay tuned as we continue.